This is the Seven Figure Agency Podcast. Discover the strategies and techniques to grow a highly successful and profitable digital marketing agency with your host, Josh Nelson.
Digital marketing agency owners, on this video, I'm going to show you 5 strategies you can leverage right away to land clients in your digital marketing agency. So when it comes to growing your digital marketing agency, we know the first problem we have to solve for is how do we get clients coming to us on a consistent basis to buy our retainer-based services so that we can grow and scale. And as marketing owners, agency owners, we're typically pretty good at marketing. Like, we know all of the strategies, right? We know about Facebook, we know about Google, we know about retargeting, we know about database reactivation, all of these different things. But sometimes it's hard to figure out, like, how do we apply that to ourselves so that we have new clients coming into our world on a consistent basis. And so I want to take you back to the basics. I want to take you back to the fundamentals. I promise you, if you do these 5 things, you'll have a full funnel, you'll have new clients come to you on a consistent basis, and you'll have accelerated growth within your agency. So strategy number 1 is cold outreach, right? And cold outreach doesn't have to be you spamming prospects on a consistent basis. Done correctly, cold outreach is, let's get a list of our ideal prospects we want to do business with. Let's get their name, their email, their phone number, their mailing address, their Facebook page, their LinkedIn profile. Let's get all of that onto a database, and let's formulate a strategy to connect with them, to develop a relationship with them, to get them to become clients over time. And let's not just use email, right? Let's make sure we're using email, we're using phone, we're using social messaging, we're sending direct mail. When you do cold outreach in this way, you can absolutely get appointments and sales, right? I think where people get stuck when it comes to their cold outreach, lead generation tactics, is they just want to blast emails and they want to use the same cookie cutter email for every single prospect. I can tell you in today's market, that doesn't work. You have to go multi-channel, you have to go multi-touch, and you have to customize your messaging so that it actually solves a problem for the prospect. And really, I have this down at the bottom because, first of all, cold outreach, it really doesn't take a lot of money. You can get the list data, and then it's just a matter of doing the work. But I also think it's kind of the foundation of how you should market yourself in your agency. I mean, yeah, we want to put out content. Yeah, we want to have clients to come to us pre-positioned to buy. Yeah, we want to have a funnel that we're bringing people in. But if you don't have a database of prospects that you're reaching out to that you've already identified as a good fit for your services, you're not going to be able to target them with your Facebook ads. You're not going to be able to really get in front of your ideal customer. So we want to make sure we've got cold outreach as kind of the bedrock. And with that cold outreach strategy, let's just say we've taken the database, we've loaded it into high level. We've started sending some emails and some introductions. We've gotten some raised hands. As time progresses, you go from cold outreach to nurturing that existing database. But really, you have to start somewhere, and you don't want to just be marketing in a void. So tactic number 1 is cold outreach. Tactic number 2 is inbound marketing. And I'm really a big fan of putting out content that your prospects can find, whether it's on YouTube, on podcasts, on Google, on Facebook groups and social channels, putting out good content that adds value in advance and gets clients to come to you pre-positioned to buy. This is probably the main strategy that we've used to build Plumbing and HVAC SEO, or agency, to a multiple 7-figure agency that made the Inc. 5000 list multiple years in a row. We got a list of prospects and we did cold outreach, and then we started using inbound marketing to nurture that existing database. And when you do it right, your inbound marketing nurtures your prospects in your database and gets them to raise their hand over time because they're getting more and more value from you as you go. But it also helps you build your marketing database, because as you put out new content and you load it on YouTube, or you load it on iTunes, or you load it wherever you load it, if you do it correctly, people will find it and they'll enter the top of your funnel to get more information. Beautiful thing about inbound marketing is it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's really a matter of you putting out content, putting out goodwill in the form of videos, podcasts, ebooks, published content, and it has a long tail. Like, every piece of content you load, if you optimize it correctly, if you syndicate it correctly, will be generating leads for you months if not years down the road. We still get leads on a monthly basis from people that got a book that I published 7 years ago, people that watched a video that I loaded up 6 years ago. And so inbound marketing is something you want to be doing on a consistent basis to position yourself as the expert, to nurture your database, and to grow the database over time. So that's tactic number 2. Tactic number 3 is marketed lead generation. And this is actually running paid advertising for yourself. And I think we should all, as agencies, eat our own dog food, right? We train our clients. You need to do SEO. You need to do Google ads. You need to be running other social advertising, but we don't do it ourselves. And there's lots of marketed lead generation opportunities for us as agencies. Probably the most effective right out of the gates that all of us should be running is retargeting, right? You should have retargeting running on Facebook, ideally on the Google Display Network, so that anybody that maybe is on your cold outreach database that you've purchased or that you've started to reach out to, or that's accessing your inbound content, right? Because they got to your website and they watched one of your webinars, over time, you develop a know, like, trust database of people that have been exposed to your value in advance. The minimum marketed lead generation that every agency should be doing is running retargeting so that more and more of those people see you again and again and again. And you become prolific where they're seeing you in their inbox, they're seeing you at their events, they're seeing you everywhere, and they're also seeing your ads on social media. And when the time is right, they enter your funnel. When the time is right, they schedule that strategy session where they can become a client. So marketed lead generation, retargeting at the very minimum. In addition to that, you should be doing Facebook ads, right? There's absolutely no reason not to target your ideal prospect list with a very directed either VSL or, if nothing else, just an appointment opportunity. Hey, here's what we're doing for our clients. Here's the results they're getting. Schedule in a time, right? Facebook ads, and then, of course, other advertising, Google ads. Believe it or not, there are people in your niche searching for internet marketing for whatever niche you're in. So in our case, internet marketing for plumbers, SEO for plumbers, how to get more leads from the internet for my plumbing business. No reason you shouldn't be running Google ads for yourself. Now, feel free to experiment in your industry with LinkedIn and TikTok and other advertising platforms, but at a minimum, I think we should all be doing retargeting, Facebook ads, and some type of Google ads to attract clients, to position ourselves as the go-to expert, and to keep that appointment funnel full so that we can hit our sales and growth targets. So number 3, marketed lead generation. Number 4 on our client attraction and client acquisition strategies is associations and speaking. And if you follow me for any period of time, you know I'm a big believer in being in a very specific niche. We work with plumbing and HVAC companies. One of the best things we've done to position ourselves as the experts and to get clients on a consistent basis is to get super active in the industry association. So there's a National Plumbing Industry Association, and there are subgroups that are actually very large subgroups that get together live and in person multiple times throughout the year at big conference centers. And so they've got events, they've got trade shows, they've got content that they're putting on for the industry. And so usually the way this starts is we say, hey, where's that association getting together? Is there an event or a trade show that I can exhibit at, right? And so we make sure we're at that event, we put up our booth, right? And we start to become known within that particular subgroup. Second to that, we start to get aligned with the presenters, with the people that are running the event and say, hey, do you need some additional content? Would it be helpful if I can come on and do a session on any, like how to generate more leads or how to generate sales or how to leverage LSA, content that your attendees would get benefit from, right? And so what we want to do with associations and speaking is we want to find out, like, is there an association that I could join? And usually when we join, we can get access to the list that we can reach out to. We also get access to affinity. We can say, hey, we're affiliate members of the National Plumbing Association. We can put their little logo. And so when we do reach out, it doesn't feel like as cold because we're coming in as part of the association. But then to bake ourselves in, we find out when they're doing events, right? Live events that we can put up a booth. We find out if there's opportunities to speak. And we're also looking for other educational opportunities. Maybe we could do a webinar for the association. Maybe we can advertise on their website in some way. Always be looking for ways to tap into the industry group, the industry association that is active within your organization. So that's number 4. Number 5 is joint ventures. All the way up at the top of this hierarchy is finding people that are already selling to the clients that you want to do business with, people that already have those relationships, and trying to find a win-win where you could say, hey, you know what? You've already got, these 150 plumbing companies that we'd love to work with, finding out where you can help them out. Maybe, in the case, of a lot of the industries we're in, maybe they just want their group to get better results online. And they've tried a couple different companies and haven't gotten results. And so you could form a joint venture, whether it's revenue share, hey, I'm going to give you 10% of the monthly recurring, 5% of the monthly recurring, or just reciprocal, hey, your group has a problem, how can we help? Could be educational. It could also be, look, we're going to help you market your group in exchange for you letting us gain access to your database. I really believe Jay Abraham has a famous quote that says, you're one joint venture away from $1 million business. I've found it to be true that you're probably one joint venture away from a 7-figure agency. And I've seen a number of our members that have had accelerated growth just with one really strategic joint venture opportunity. And so these are the 5 key strategies. If you can roll these out and you can stack them on top of each other, they have a synergistic effect, right? If all you did was cold outreach, you're going to get a certain result. If you do cold outreach and inbound marketing, that makes it more effective, where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but it equals 3 or 4, something greater, right? That's where there's a synergistic effect. And so when you can combine these and be hitting these 5, you're really going to be positioned. You're going to have more and more clients coming into your world on a consistent basis. And really, to make it practical, we do have what's called the growth system, which helps you figure out the ways to kind of stack these client acquisition tactics in a way that's going to be super effective. So if you want to check out our growth system training, where I'll kind of walk you through what you should be doing daily, what you should be doing monthly, what you should be doing quarterly to get that accelerated growth, type growth system in the comments. I'll make sure to get that over to you. And we want to make sure we're being strategic with how we attract clients into our world. We're not just chasing, but we're also positioning ourselves to get clients to come to us magnetically. Hopefully this has been helpful. What of the 5 client attraction strategies will you put in place? And if you'd like to go deeper with this, I do have a training called the 7-Figure Agency Roadmap Implementation Program, where I walk you step by step through how to set this up within your agency. You can access that for free by going to 7figureagency.com/roadmap. That's it for today. You're now armed with the 5 key strategies to grow your agency and get clients on a consistent basis. If you have follow-up questions, let me know in the comments. If you got value from today's video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.